P176. Right, so first of all, 55 is the first one. 55 and go up as far as $65. The first. The next one is €85 and go up to 104. There's 100 and that's 5, so a little bit lower, 104. Frank paid 105 up as far as 130. And you probably find that there's a straight line running through those points, which there is. Right, so part B was, on the diagram, draw a straight line graph to show the amount that you can get in dollars for any particular amount in euro. So there we go. Question C, use your graph to estimate how much you would get in dollars for €75. So there's €75. Start off with the euro, up, hit the graph, and across. Alright, so the answer is $90. Use your graph to estimate how much it would cost in euro to get $80. So $80 is on the side, and you got 65, which looks right. 65, if you said 66, whatever, it's still right. 65. As long as you got it from the graph. $80, so €65. Find the slope of the graph and the point where it crosses the horizontal axis.
Is the slope x to minus x and over y to minus y?
Yeah, you can do it that way, yeah. Right, you can also do it in another way. Where does it cross the x-axis? Cross the axis at? Well, mine crosses a little bit less than 10 and above 5, so roughly mine crosses about 7, 0. If yours crosses at 10, then you put in 10 because that's the answer. If you look at mine is closer to 7. See that? So I put in 7, 0. What's the slope? Right, so you can get a slope, pick a point. You see all these grids? See where the grid lines? Will you look up? See all the grid lines? If I zoom in a little bit.
So how did you get 7?
Yeah, sir, how did you get 7?
7. Where does it cross the x-axis? There's the x-axis. It crosses my x-axis at roughly 7.
When it crosses his at 15.
Oh, well then that's your drawing, so that would be correct for him. Alright? As long as you got your answer. As long as you got the answer from the graph. Right. I know that from the question we have to pick 2 points that are directly on, see there, on the crosshairs. Well, I know that this one's on crosshairs, this point, because this was 55, 65, wasn't it? I got that from the start. And this one was 85, no, so this was 105 and 130. So to get the slope of a line, remember you can use the rise and the run. So I'm going to make a triangle using this point and this point. These 2 points, I'm going to make a triangle. This is called the rise, the height there, and this is called the run. Alright, so over here, slope is equal to rise divided by run. Now that rise, this starts at 65, the height of it, and it goes up as far as 130. So what's the difference there? 130 minus 65, which is 65, isn't it? So my rise from there to there is 65. 65 on top. My run, the distance from here to here on the x-axis, well, it's 55 to there, which is 105. So 55 to 105. And the difference is 50. The length of that line is 50. So it's 65 over 50 is my slope. 65 divided by 50 is equal to 1.3. Now if you got 1.2 or 1.4, you still get the answer correct because you used that formula, the correct formula. If you use the correct formula, you get all the marks. All right. So my slope was 1.3. Do you get that? All right. Y2 minus Y1. You can use that. Did you get 1.3? No. Well, this is probably the better way to do it, to do this one.
Say if you didn't know that, you normally would put what I just said there, x2 over, or minus x1 over y2 minus y1. How would you get the 2 points, or the like 1?
Yeah. All right. So this, what's this coordinate here? If we were to write the coordinate, this coordinate here, this point. If I was to use this point and this point, we'll do it your way. So the x coordinate is 55, comma, what's the y coordinate? 65. And what's this point up here?
30.
It is
110, 130.
110 on the x coordinate. And it's up 130. Are you watching, Ben? This is how you would do it. There are the two coordinates I'm using. I'm using that point. I'm using that point because those 2 points were given to me at the beginning of the question. See, 55, 65 is there. And the other point that was given to me was 105 and 130. Sorry, 100 and... Yeah, alright, those 2 points. Right, so we'll do it your way. And I'll use a bit more. Right, you watching? Do you mind? Mark it x1, y1 and x2, y2, and you get use the slope of the line formula. Y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1.
Is it not x2 minus x1 over y2 minus y1?
No. Y2 is 130 minus Y1, 65. So on top,
110.
you should get 100 and
It said 65.
65. 130 minus 65 is 65. On the bottom, you get x2,
110.
110
55.
minus, which is 55. 110.
Yeah, 65.
Oh, sorry, that's 105. Sorry, that's 105. So it's 50. So 65 over 50, which is 1.3. Same answer. All right. Right. The next bit of the question. F. Use the pattern in the amounts the friends got for your graph to complete this sentence. For every extra 10 you spend, the amount you get in dollars is. Right. For every extra 10 you get, the amount in dollars you get. So every extra 10, how many do you get? So for every extra 10, if we use the graph here, how many extra dollars? We can actually get it from this 1.3. See the 1.3 here?
You do 10 by 1.
So that's 10, and we're going up 13. 1.3.
I have
Just we have
junior
enough.
certs